we have not met. My name is Sherman. I'm actually the creator of Online Lab Series, which is actually a free platform for learning as well as education, skills training and development. So anyway, what I'm doing here today is actually to uh, it's still supposed to be a practice recording for tomorrow's live session where I'll go through an overview of the lab curricula for 4D systems products. But at the same time, I also wanted to use this opportunity to record a sample video that I'll be later on sending to some of the brands that wanted to take a look at some of my sample videos and recordings. And while I'm doing this, since I have the opportunity, I wanted to also take the time to talk about uh, what I've been doing, behind the scenes for the last 8 months, collecting different starter kits and electronic kits and determining, whether or not those kits are really the best in the world. I think it's important to understand that I had a challenging time trying to self-learn electronics over the years. I've always had a passion in electronics, that's for sure. But at the same time, I also wanted to um, have a deeper understanding. I mean, if you're going to spend hours and hours of your time on a particular subject and topic, clearly you want to learn something useful and do something useful with it as well. So my experience in electronics over the last couple of years eventually led me to becoming one of the top leaders in IoT, the field of IoT in Asia. And then, 8 months ago, I decided that, hey, you know what? I want to do something that will help beginners. I want to do something that will help uh, anyone who's trying to learn electronics for the first time. Whether or not you are picking up Arduino, Raspberry Pi, or BeagleBone for the first time, it's some of these things that I will be sharing in the future videos uh, in our live sessions would really be very helpful to you if you are brand new, right? So yeah, so let's get into it. All right, I'm gonna just shift my camera. And okay, so when I pick the most important electronic kits and learning educational kits, there are a couple of criteria that come into mind. The very first criteria that is really important is actually the completeness of the kit itself. Why do I say the completeness of the kit is important? Simply because as a brand new learner of electronics, you may not have any experience, you might not know what's a capacitor, you might not know what is a resistor. When I first learned about electronics, I honestly have no idea what a resistor looks like. So that's the truth, by the way. So when I look at ensures that the learner or the user will actually be able to have a self-contained learning experience. Now, this self-contained learning experience is only possible if the kit itself has more than enough components to provide a complete uh, end-to-end learning experience. For example, Adept Studio, their ultimate kit has a book, which is fantastic. I always love kits with any kind of books, right? So if you look at the content itself, they actually have a lot of different kinds of exercises and lessons. Now, what is good about this completeness of lessons is that they don't just cover what is available in the basic Arduino kit, but they also cover not find in the original Arduino starter kit itself. So for a beginner, if you are looking for a Arduino compatible ultimate kit, Adept Studio is one of those kits that I would definitely recommend to you guys, all right, to get. Okay, so the completeness of the kit is one thing. Now the next thing that is really important when I'm looking at the best Arduino compatible kit in the world, all right, is actually the lessons. Why do I say so? Now, I started with the Arduino starter kit right from the very beginning. So frankly, if you ask me, I felt that it was good before I actually saw that there were other kits that had a lot more exercises and there was a lot more content for me to learn electronics. So one thing about this book, this booklet created by Adeept Studio, the team behind Adeept, is that they've actually included more than enough exercises for any beginner to really learn electronics for the first time, right? And I think in the sense it makes it much more value adding as compared to the standard Arduino kit. All right. So these are actually the two criteria. One of the or two of those criteria that I would consider when I'm trying to evaluate and determine if that kit is actually ultimately the best in the world. So let me bring the focus back. Okay, so now that I've explained to you or shared with you the two criteria that I consider to be what I'm looking for in determining the best electronic kits in the world. Um, Let me know what you feel. All right, if you have bought electronics before, or if you are sourcing for one right now online anywhere, let me know what do you think about, what do you consider as the most complete Arduino compatible kit to you. All right, everybody has different preference. When everybody shops for their Arduino compatible kit, they are probably thinking about slightly different things. But I do think that most of us will share a similar thought process or certain criteria that we have would be in common. So let me know what you think. Leave your comments below, and then yeah, like I said, this is really a sample video for the guys at Seed Studio as well as the guys at DFRobot, Sunfounder, that are looking for a sample video of live stream that I'm doing. So yeah, this is something for them. All right. But at the same time, I think this is really good practice for me, especially before the overview labs series that is happening tomorrow, Monday, at 11 p.m. UTC +8. So make sure you stay tuned to tomorrow's live session, where I will actually be sharing with you about the outline as well as what to expect in the upcoming 4D systems lab series. All right, thank you so much, guys, for your time watching this video. I probably will not be doing another recording like this. Once I start the live sessions for online lab series, then everything will be available through the content there. So yeah, that's about it. Um, Thank you guys for your time, as well as whether you are watching it live or you are watching this as a rebroadcast. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think.